in this British ska influence groove, we're kind of mixing the reggae influence with kind of punk rock, that harder edge rock feel. So a lot of the same concepts from reggae, we're using those, but we're kind of mixing it. We're kind of reacting to what's on the track. So a lot of times with these grooves that are influenced or have other styles incorporated in them, what we're doing is we're using our knowledge of reggae bass, and then we're adapting also to the drum groove, the guitar, the stuff that's happening inside this other specific genre that we're combining it with. So that's what's happening here. We're kind of playing the reggae groove. We're playing a little more hard edge. We're playing a little more on top, not just laid back, as the drums are doing, and the guitar is kind of driving. So this is kind of a minor chord, kind of a police influence groove. Let's check it out. So you notice there again, we mixed up the 16th note fills. Actually, we even did something a little different in that one, is where we mix straight and swinging patterns. The 16th note, those swung a little more. We have a triplet. That's a little straighter. So we mix in straight and 16, which is because it's kind of got the driving straight rock feel to it. So we play a little more hard edge, but we could play. If we had like a reggae one drop thing going, or the upbeats and that kind of thing, we could approach it differently. But we adapt it to this more rock feel, which kind of makes it the British ska thing kind of. So we, in any of these styles it's going to apply to that, we take our basic reggae approach and we kind of react to whatever's happening in the rhythm section or the style of music that we're combining it with. So in this first bar, it's just going to be, we start off of 1, so we're going to drop the 1, which makes that kind of unique. So we never play 1 in either of the 2 bars. So we start on the 5 also, which we did in some previous examples, which makes it more melodic. So we start on the B of the E minor chord, B, and then we go to the root, E, and then we talked about also using that flat 7 over a minor chord, which works nicely, and that's what we're going to do over those triplets and use the D. So flat 7, back to the 5, back to the flat 7, back to the root. Okay, so a lot more of the other notes than the roots in this, which again in reggae gives those bass lines more of a melodic feel. Not that we can't play the root or even feature the root, but featuring some of those other notes in the right spots makes those bass lines a lot more melodic. So okay, and then the second bar, same phrase. Then we end it a little differently. So this is all over just 1 chord E minor. It's kind of a bluesier kind of lick there, with those 16th notes, starting the root, minor third, the 4, back to the root, back to the minor third, and then we're starting the new phrase again. And you notice now I'm playing it muted with my thumb, where I might have played it with the fingers. It can be done with either one. A lot of times if I'm playing by myself, I like the way that sounds. This more muted, sounds more like, upright bass, which was really the roots of reggae bass playing, period. With the original ska, the early ska music. Has the So I just like that sound. Sometimes it's not appropriate. Sometimes it needs to sing out a little better. It needs to be um, longer notes, different tone, or technically sometimes, like I said, it's harder to you know play harder passages using the thumb, only the thumb like that. We could actually do that one with the thumb, and it comes out all right.